everybody. Happy Tuesday. Max got neutered today. He also got a really cool procedure pro bono from the hospital. His nostrils are opened up so he gets more oxygen, which is super powerful. And he also got another cast and splint, which to me was extremely devastating and disappointing because I had insistence and expectations about the outcome today. So I had been doing healing on him and visualizing him coming back free without a cast and, like living his best life. So when I got the call from the vet today saying that, that the calcium deposits in the scar tissue, which I wasn't aware of, was already there 2 weeks ago. So when I got him 2 weeks ago, we knew that his leg was broken for over a month before he was seen. And they said that if the fractures didn't heal correctly, that he would potentially have to have an amputation. So my understanding was that all we had to do was heal the fractures and that it was set correctly. So his fractures are fully healed. So I get credit for that, which they were expecting, not to happen in 2 weeks. But I didn't know about the calcium deposits or the scar tissue, which is causing nerve damage. And so they're going to give him 2 more splints. So he's going to go back in 2 weeks, change out the cast and splint, and then potentially another one after that. And if at that point, it's not healed correctly, I don't want to say that, then there's a chance he could get his leg amputated. So I was pretty disappointed and pretty discouraged when I got that news. The immediate thoughts that my mind, was giving me were that, you failed, you didn't do it correctly. Maybe you contributed, maybe you didn't keep him still enough, maybe you didn't do a good enough job. And so I just allowed them. Luckily, one of my dearest friends called right after I got the vet call. So I got to, process with her some of the things that were coming up. And she got to be a witness for me. And I really appreciate that. And then I got to do that also with Stacy on Marco Polo. And then I just really wanted to get clarity when I went to the vet of okay, what exactly needs to be healed here? So, and also letting go of the insistence on the outcome. I realized that I had insistence on the outcome, and that's always resistance. And to just surrender to the idea of this is his journey, this is his life, and I get to just I support him, whatever his choices are. And perhaps being a tripod is maybe the best thing for his path. And to trust it's all working out no matter what. And then I have been giving him exceptional care. He has been catered to. He's been left alone 3 times in 2 weeks. He's been in the stroller. He's been in my lap. He has been in my bed. He has not been romping around. And so this is, a huge gift. I get to have more time with him, obviously. So that is another gift in this. But I just want to share this with you guys because it's a great example of how when things don't go the way that we wanted them to, sometimes our immediate response is going to be oh, blah, blah, blah. And those were the thoughts that came up immediately. Oh, you failed. You didn't heal him well enough. Oh, you didn't keep him still enough, in order to reverse the scar damage and the calcium deposits. Oh, and then here's the other thing. When I went to, and this is neither here nor there, but this is a great example of the judgments that we have. So when I went to get him 2 weeks ago, I had asked, can I please get him at the vet? I really want to hear and talk to the vet directly so I know exactly what's going on with him. And although I picked him up at the vet, he had already been checked out. So I didn't get a chance to actually talk to the vet about what was going on. I was just told his, the things, his leg was broken for 4 weeks, a month before he got seen. There's a chance it could be amputated. We just need the fractures to heal, keep him, pretty much subdued as best you can, medicated, and bring him back in 2 weeks. And so that's what we did. And again, no fault. And they did actually take responsibility, which I really respect, that they didn't set the cast and the splint high enough above the injury site. So there was also like, wasn't the best case scenario for him to get better healing from that as well. So there was like the perfect storm in such a way. And again, I know everything is working out, and I firmly believe that. And so, rather than, let things go in a downward spiral and just like really, really get into the negativity of it all, I allowed my thoughts, I allowed the feelings. I was present with them. I gave myself time to process them and allow them. And then I opened up and I created space for like new possibilities and new perspectives, which I do believe that, my role is to not interfere with his choices and his life path. And I'm here to take care of him and keep him safe and do the best I can for him. But ultimately what ends up happening with his leg is at a conscious level, at a high conscious level from his higher self, is really up to him. So sometimes we think we know what's best for others and we don't. And sometimes we think that if things don't happen the way we want them to, that something went wrong. So I share this with you guys to set you up for some self-love and some grace when things like this happen for you, and to know that everything is really working out, and to remember that and to hold to that, because remember, the signal that you send out is what's reflected back to you, and it's how you respond, because life is going to send you contrast all the time, and what you do with it will determine what comes next and the outcome that you receive from it. So if I continue to say like everything is working out, and I trust that, and I trust that he knows what he's doing with his body, and I trust that there's a bigger picture, then it has to be that way. It must. So send Maxx a little bit of love as he continues to come out of his anesthesia. And I'm sure he's going to be sore, but we'll take all the love and blessings that you can send. And thanks for listening. We love you.